Diane in Denmark here, Happy Wednesday. I hope you're fine and well this morning. Wednesday is anti-procrastination day in Flylady Land, so if you've got some of those tasks to do, now is the time to set that timer and get stuck in. And I'm excited to share, I'm always excited to share things with you, but especially this morning, I've got the lists ready, the inspiration lists for self-care, for errands, for gardening in Flylady Zone 3. Now, we've talked about this before. I use the Flylady system to keep me on track for the house, you know, for the cleaning, the daily focus. And I also use the Flylady Zones to change up the little chores that I have, you know, during the week, items that I need to stock up on, whether it is the bathroom zone or whether we are in a kitchen zone. And it just keeps things fresh for me. It keeps things on the radar, and it means that we're not kind of getting into a slump and housekeeping doesn't get boring. And I asked you for ideas because I've already shared my ideas with you. I keep them, I've seen this before, in my house management binder. I keep my cleaning lists and then the list by zone. And last week we were in zone 2, which was the kitchen, and I came up with a little cheat sheet for my self-care things. I shared that last week, and I won't be talking for long about this today because I've put everything on my blog, dianedenmark.com. There'll be a link there if you touch on the screen somewhere. You can print out these things for free. I'll try and also put links so you can make your own version. It will take you onto the website of Canva, but you don't need to have a subscription unless you're using advanced features. So you can, or you can save the pictures to your phone, however you want to do it. And last week I was talking about self-preservation. I prefer to call it self-preservation. And I'd written down zone 2 and put in some ideas there. And just the very fact of having these ideas on a list, you know, in front of me, I got them basically all checked off. And it's that very thing of being mindful and being deliberate about it, whether it is doing zone cleaning with Flylady or doing your gardening, just being mindful of it. I've had a lot of comments recently with people saying they like the idea of self-care, but they just don't have time to do it. The ideas that I have and the ideas that you've given me, most of them don't take more than a couple of minutes. So we're not talking about a whole day at the spa. We're talking about simple ideas. I like to have some fresh blooms. These are ones from the garden. I'll just show you what's blooming right now in Denmark. Blooming lovely. Our lilacs are blooming, and I've got a wee bit of apple blossom for one from the apple trees. Some hosta leaves, they always look nice in the arrangement. And I've taken a sprig of mint from a mint bush outdoors, and just having a wee rub of the mint, just nice and fresh. Or, you know, one of my things on my list last week was to add some kind of hygge to the area, whether that is finding an object in another room, bringing that in. You know, I love to shop my house, don't buy anything new. But I did actually buy myself a little mug. It cost, what was it? Something like 32 Danish krone. It's a hug in a mug. And I bought this and I've really enjoyed using it. Just a simple thing of a mug. I've really thought about, you know, having my little hygge every day. And also because of the shape of this mug, I can use it for other things. I can put ice cream in there. I can put in some hot soup. I can go a bit crazy with it, or put in some healthy snacks. So just that very fact of being deliberate about it, it makes it happen. And my ideas in the zone last week, I was trying out a new type of milk drink. You know, I'm kind of late to the party with all the different oat milks and almond milks. So I tried almond milk. I think I actually prefer the oat one. I did a little mini manicure. I didn't put cream or lotion by the sink because I actually have one in the bathroom. So that works better for me. Research a new recipe or just read an old recipe book. I've been going through some old recipes. Eat outside, for dinner. We didn't manage it for dinner because the weather wasn't cooperating with us, but we did actually eat out for lunch one day outside in the garden. Pamper snack basket. I didn't actually get the whole basket idea together, but I did buy myself some different snacks this week, so it's just having it down on the list actually makes it happen. And as I said, these ideas don't need to take a lot of time or cost any money. A lot of the ideas that have come in for this week's zone, for Zone Through the Bathroom, and remember, you can read all these on the blog. And I was just playing around with things yesterday. A lot of things you can use what's in your pantry. Let me see, like making a hydrating face mask out of some oats and some honey. Just a simple thing like putting a fresh flower in your bathroom to enjoy that this week. And also on the lists that we're doing for this week are things for stocking up on errand day. Do you need to stock up on your medicines or vitamins? How about hygiene products, nappies, soap, shampoo? So we're just putting these lists together so that instead of being overwhelmed, like with everything else, we're just going to say, okay, we're in Zone 3 this week. What would I like to do there? And it's that very idea of just being deliberate about it. One of the other things I wanted to say, I also noticed a tendency amongst the mums, you know, we're all the same, especially when maybe the kids are small. You feel like you don't get any time for yourself, and then you do that thing, because I'm putting both my hands up, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I would stay up, you know, once actually finally got the kids to bed and, you know, lay on the sofa, and I thought, well, I'm just going to stay up just so I can have some time for me. And it was that kind of, you know, putting matchsticks in my eyes to keep me awake. But it wasn't quality time. I wasn't actually getting anything out of it. I was just staying up for the sake of staying up, watching some kind of random thing that I found on the television, or doing something on the iPad or an app. And we've really got to watch out for that thing. You know, it's got a name on social media about being called the mombie, like a zombie mother. You're just thinking that you're actually getting some me time, but it's not a productive me time. And when I say productive, I don't mean you're going to be out knitting yourself a scarf and doing things like that. But last night, for an example, I was feeling quite tired and quite chill, and I thought, you know what, we're in bathroom week, I'm going to have a bubble bath. So I took out my bath salts that I got from my bestie for Christmas from Vivica, put the bath salts in, a little couple of candles, and I had a cup of chai, and it was just being deliberate about it. And suddenly, from having an evening where I would have just sat watching TV, it was like, oh, I had a little spa evening. So it doesn't need to take many minutes. And we've also got the ideas for the garden, the things you might want to do in the garden this week. And of course, some of them will be seasonal. But of course, you just change up whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere. You may be setting up hoses and checking and cleaning water features, or you may be doing the opposite and putting them away. Maybe you need to sweep the patio. Maybe you want to put up a swing or a hammock. So there's plenty of ideas to choose for. But anyway, I won't talk any longer, because as I said, it's all on the blog, dianedenmark.com. And I'm just going to show you what I have chosen for this week for my self-preservation. I've made a little cheat sheet for it. Once again, I've just done the same thing as before, and I thought it was easier just to write in the zone, and then I can rub out the zone and change it to a new one every week. And this one I'll just keep in the kitchen, and that's the room that I'm mostly in. Or you could do the same thing on your telephone, you know, have a little list of things that you've chosen to do. I'm going to do a face mask this week, because I've got, you know, it's Zone Through the Bathroom. Somebody had a fantastic idea about using eucalyptus oil and just putting a drop on the shower wall, you know, not putting it actually on yourself, but just on the shower wall, and you'll get that smell of like being in a spa. I love that idea. So I'm going to see if I can find some eucalyptus oil this week. Maybe one of my friends has got some that she doesn't want anymore. adding a fresh bloom to the bathroom. Some of those will be going up there. I'm going to do a little mini foot spa because we are coming up for, hopefully, spring summer season. So I'm going to put my feet in a basin of water and just be a wee bit more deliberate about it. And the other thing is that somebody had a great idea for something that I could add to my bathroom, which is a bath tray, you know, like a kind of bamboo or a wooden bath tray. So I'm not going to be buying it this week, but I'm just going to look into that, and it's just a little fun idea for when I'm kind of having a little play on the internet to go looking for that. And remember, before you do any of these things or before you go into my blog and start reading, please, please, please set a timer. You know, I keep a timer also when I am doing my weekly blessing hour. So set a timer so you don't go overboard. And also the little cheat sheets that have, you know, my weekly home blessing hour caddy, those are on the blog as well, so you can have a wee bit of fun with those. Oh, and the last one, I'll just explain, I wrote down a friend's name here, Sue. I've also decided that because we are, we're easing down lockdown restrictions, but we're still, you know, keeping socialising to a minimum. We're still distancing ourselves. And I'm going to see going forward if I can meet up with like one friend per week. So that you know, it's just once a week, and there'll be no physical contact, and we'll be sitting apart from each other. But just to meet up and have a cup of coffee outside on a bench somewhere, or maybe cycle down and meet each other like at the beach and take a little half bottle of wine and do that. So that's another pamper idea that I had for this week, just to keep friends on the radar. If you're not able to get out of the house, if you are on strict lockdown where you are, maybe you can just write on your list to get in touch with a friend this week, whether it is by text or whether you are doing a Zoom meeting or on Instagram. Actually, if you're on Instagram, that's what Steph and I, Steph the Secret Slob, that's what we've used to chat together. That's quite a nice, easy way to get in touch. So, you know, let's keep in touch out there. So, what time is it? Okay, I'm going to get moving because it is Wednesday, anti-procrastination day in Flylady Land. Maybe you want to just wipe down one shelf in your fridge, or you know, empty out. If you've got like a cooler box where you have veggies in there, have a wee look in there, see what needs using up, and that would be it. So on that note, let me just grab my pom-poms. Woohoo, I've got them. So happy Wednesday, or as they call it in Sweden, Little Saturday. I've told you before that the Danes call Thursday Little Friday, and in Sweden they call Wednesday Little Saturday. It's a kind of nice way to look at things. Live long and prosper. May the Danish spring hygge be with you. Don't forget to give yourself a little hug every day, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, rah, rah, rah.